Every time there's an election, it seems like education becomes a talking point. I mean, everyone has an opinion about public schools, right?
Only one candidate for governor will put our kids first.
Our goal? Great schools, good paying jobs.
In Kansas, schools are the center of communities.
This year, though, is different. Because so many decisions in education are made at the local level, who wins an election, which political party is in control, will have huge implications for how states will address some of education's biggest challenges. Joining me now to talk about this is Daarel Burnette. Hi, Daarel.
Hey, Kavitha. Yes, politicians on the campaign trail are making eye-popping promises to parents and educators. In some instances, billions more for schools. But in my opinion, it really boils down to three main issues: teachers running for office, school funding, and school safety.
This has been called the year of the teacher, so granted, Daarel, a teacher coined that term. Still, 100 educators running for election in about 30 states.
That's right. This past spring, there were rallies across the country where teachers were demanding higher pay and more money for schools. But one of the things that happened at these rallies was that leaders said, these politicians are not doing what we need them to do. We should run for office ourselves.
What's really interesting is that a lot of these states are conservative. They're anti-tax states. So educators didn't exactly get a rousing reception. In one state, the governor said teachers asking for more money is like having a teenage kid that wants a better car. And in Arizona, a legislator said teachers are working second jobs because they want to pay for a boat. They want a bigger house.
And these politicians have been very irritated with teachers. But one of the things that I think is surprising about this election is that these teachers are getting a lot of support from the general public. Teachers have used social media to describe some of the dire conditions their field is under. There are widespread teacher shortages. Teachers haven't gotten a pay raise in several years. There's one study that says that teachers' pay is almost less than it was in 1990, adjusted for inflation. But running for office is really not an easy task. It's very expensive. It can be mentally and physically exhausting. And a lot of these folks are doing this in between full-time, sometimes 2 to 3 jobs.
And I guess the challenge is to really position them like they might be teachers, but they can't just be education candidates. They have to be able to know everything from, say, gun safety to gay rights.
There are some inherited advantages. They're really good at presenting to large groups of people. They deal with a large variety of different types of students.
And parents.
Yes, and parents. Teachers are also really good at researching a lot of topics and being able to distill it in 1 to 2 minutes. So the big question, I think, is if they do win, will they be able to deliver on their promises?